I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Understands him.
We've got to help him.
The army wants to destroy him.
Go to Code Red. Repeat, Code Red.
We got to hide.
And only one boy can save him.
Where's the giant?
He's my friend.
On August 6th,
Let's get out of here.
Warner Brothers Family Entertainment presents
You can fly. You can fly.
The Iron Giant. Rated PG. Starts Friday, August 6th at a theater near you.
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. Or I should say re-review. I did have a review of this up long ago, but I think that taken down for stupid reasons. But Lucas, very nice guy, sent in 2 requests via PayPal. Thank you so much for that. You can send in requests either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. It'll be reviews, re-reviews, topics, reactions, pretty much any type of video. Identity to be either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the Iron Giant. And the Iron Giant, it's a charming movie. Has a great heart on its shoulder, on its sleeves. And I like the idea that it takes place in the 1950s. Because you have the look, the design of the Iron Giant, which is reminiscent of something you would see or think about if 50s sci-fi. There's references to Superman, Action Comics. There's references to nuclear war, mainly the duck and cover. In cases of a time of Holocaust, duck and cover. That's a cartoon shown in class of our lead character, this kid who was with his mom. It's just the two of them. The mom is voiced by Jennifer Aniston. It has a nice 50s feel to it with, you know, the old school diner and the type of music being played. And the other characters, Emmett Walsh, who I remember from Missing in Action and Red Scorpion, among others, Critters. He has this little appearance as a sailor that sees this figure in the water. He thinks it's a lighthouse, but then it turns and it's 2 eyes. And it's like, what the hell is it? His boat crashes, but he gets to safety. Like I said, you have your lead kid. I forget the kid's name, the voice actor, but he did a good job. Exuberant kid, energetic kid, but not annoying. Connick Jr., he has a voice in this as a beatnik artist. So one night the kid is at home and he sees this wreckage. Like he's watching a sci-fi movie, 50s sci-fi film. Of course, 1950s. On this brand new thing called television. And sees this wreckage in his yard, and he immediately thinks, invaders from Mars. And he investigates. And he sees this Iron Giant eating metal and being fried. He runs off, decides to help it. Later on, finds it, and then now the robot is docile and listens to the kid. And the robot is voiced by Vin Diesel. This is sort of his preparation for Groot and Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the design of the Iron Giant. Again, that old school sci-fi look. But the way they made the eyes, they can make them what's the word I'm looking for? Not scary, not creepy, because they make the eyes wide and then they're able to express emotions out of a robotic character by the way the eye moves, and like if this much closes down, or like if it closes all the way and it's red with its defensive capabilities, it looks more threatening. But when it's wide-eyed, hopeful, it's the opposite. That was a nice design choice. I should mention Brad Bird directed this. He would go on to do the Incredibles movies, and this film more. I would say this is the best film Brad Bird has directed. Just like I said, it has that nice 50s feel to it, which I know is strange because it's animated, but I thought it fit with that timeline. It has humor that is not embarrassing to watch. It's harmless humor. The Iron Giant is trying to get this. He's eating some of the railroad tracks, and the kid's like, "What are you doing? You can't do this." And so he's trying to put it together, and there's an up-close shot where he's carefully trying to line these tracks. Even though we're in a rush, he's taking his time to line it just perfectly. Like moments like that made me smirk. Or because of the crash of the railroad, his parts are laying everywhere, and he has this thing where he can actually fix himself, but not everything's there. A hand is still missing. So when the kid is with his mom at dinner, he sees that the hand is like watching TV. Or the mom wants him to pray, and when he sees this, he's like, "Get out of there, Satan! Get out of here, Satan!" I thought that was rather clever, rather funny. Just having to bullshit his mom while knowing what's going on behind her. And like the kid going along with it. Going along with, okay, I gotta bullshit her somehow. Let me say, I'm praying, "Satan, get out of here, Satan!" You know, the kid thinking on his feet, so to speak. Other characters, you have Christopher McDonald. Christopher McDonald was the villain in Happy Gilmore. "Lupe, listen to what I say. How about go lay by the bay, need some hay? I just may. What do you say?" You know, the villain in Happy Gilmore, Shooter McGavin. I had to think about it for a second. He plays, I would say, our villain in the movie. He's his agent that hears these stories, goes in there, finds out there's something there, gets the military involved. Meanwhile, the kid is teaching the robot some words. He's also teaching him about heroes. And I thought it was a nice touch that what he uses to teach this alien figure about being a hero is Superman. I thought that was rather charming. It's a great tool. Thankfully, it's not fucking Zack Snyder's Superman. If he taught the robot Zack Snyder's Superman, he'd want to destroy the Earth. But thankfully, it's the actual Superman, in my opinion. Of course, in the 70s, you could just show him a Christopher Reeve movie and get the same result. But I like that, you know, the robot Superman. And that's what he wants to do, in a way, culminates into becoming. You are who you choose to be. And he chooses to be Superman. A very nice, heartwarming moment. That's the thing, like the movie, it does the hard job of taking this robotic thing and giving it a soul, giving it with Vin Diesel, to give credit, his voice performance. The few lines he says, is the way they made his voice sound, fits the character, gives a bit of warmth to the character, like the design, the script, having it save some kids in town, and people are like, wow, they saved it. He saved those kids. As if people behaving rationally for a change. Giving us some levity, like when, by this point, Connick Jr. has found out what's going on, and the kid's like, shh, don't tell anybody. And the two of them are with the robot, and the kid goes jumping, yelling bonsai. So the robot does the same thing, but the whole lake like floods. It's sort of that humor where it's subtle, where Connick Jr. is looking this tidal wave, and he just puts his newspaper up. He's kind of just staying in the chair as he's rolling around. He sits on the road, and someone, I think it's actually the voice is James Gammon, the coach in Major League. He's like, "You're in the middle of the road." Yeah, I know. Okay then. He keeps driving. And then the finale. Also, it does have some art, like when the kid has to teach the robot about death because a hunter has shot a deer. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Short Circuit, where Ali Sheedy had to teach Johnny Five about death. Because Johnny Five accidentally jumped on the bug. Just a symbol, just a symbol. No, that's not how it works. So, I mean, that's one of the many reasons why I like Short Circuit, because you took this robot, but you're able to make it seem alive and have a soul and a life to it because of the voice, because of the mannerisms, because, teaching it about death. Here it's teaching the Iron Giant about death. And that's what a gun did. So then later on, where he's like, "I'm not gun," and runs off, you feel bad for this inanimate object. And to give credit to Brad Bird and the writing of the film, and it's a well-animated movie too. It's a good-looking movie. And this is a film, when it came out, it did not do blockbuster status at box office. But when you bring up the Iron Giant, they go, "Yeah, that movie." It's definitely a movie that's got a life of its own. And I think nowadays it's considered a classic. Long story short, you get to the ending. Chris McDonald, the fucking idiot, shoots a goddamn missile, orders it, and the Iron Giant knows what he needs to do, and he says something that the kid said to him earlier. You stay, I go, no following. Which is nice because it shows that the robot has definitely learned something. Number one, remembers what the kid said to him. Now it's his turn to protect the kid. Goes up, you are who you choose to be. He chooses to be Superman. Seemingly gives his life with this missile. Heart is the thing I keep repeating. His heart is what this film has a lot of. And the movie, it doesn't waste too much time. It's a 80-90. It doesn't overstuff itself with useless subplots upon useless subplots. It doesn't take too long for the robot to get into the picture, but it takes at least a little bit of time to establish the kid and his mom and Harry Connick Jr.'s character. The humor is not fucking pissing, farting, funny, that stupid shit. And there's moments of seriousness in the movie. There's moments of levity in the movie. The animation works well, and like I said, it's got a great heart to it. And what more can I say? It's a movie that it has a job, and it did it very well. I mean, I know there's better reviews that would put a much more of a pontificating notion about the movie. To me, it's just a good fucking movie. It's a good fucking movie. It's a good fucking animated movie. And if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.